So this plant is called Sirius 6. It's an uplifting kind of buzz. It will energise you. It's very good for work, good for listening to music, very good for sex.
Really?
Absolutely. Perfect plant for the UK.
While weed laws are becoming more progressive in many states across the US, unbelievably, cannabis cultivation can still get you some serious prison time in the UK.
14 years for selling, but 5 years just for having some of this in your pocket.
The higher demand and continued criminalisation of weed in the UK has engendered a black market supply chain of human deprivation, with cannabis slaves often trafficked from Vietnam and forced to attend massive grows worth millions in street value against their will. Guerrilla growers are an online community of cannabis cultivators in the UK who harvest their weed plants in the wild, hiding in plain sight, often on the side of motorways.
During the day, I might be in an office in a suit, and then I get home, I put on my Guerrilla growing kit, and then I'm running across motorways in the middle of the night.
Growing special strains of cannabis that can withstand the UK climate, many have been supplying themselves and their friends with hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of organic weed, grown outside in the UK sun for almost a decade, bypassing dealers and without being traced by police.
The street value of that is about 500 quid. That's about 2 ounces there.
It's 4:30 in the morning and I'm waiting in a car park for 2 guys that call themselves guerrilla growers, and they're gonna show us their weed crop, which they grow on the side of a motorway. Oh, they're ringing me now. Hello?
Hi. Okay, so just follow us, keep your distance.
Okay.
Parking up in a lay-by. So I'll radio in as the lay-by's coming up.
They've given me a walkie-talkie, which is quite cool, so we can keep in contact. It's not usual where you go to a motorway, you meet some guys in a van and you follow them to a field of weed.
Okay, we're coming up to the lay-by. Should be on the right. You should park up behind us. Right.
They said to keep noise down, so I'm just going to whisper. We're walking across a farmer's field on the way to the crop, which is where they've been growing their weed. And we're not allowed to use lights because obviously we have to be as discreet as possible. It's literally pitch black. Through a bramble bush, brilliant. And you do this every Friday? So we walked in the darkness through bushes and brambles and along the side of the motorway. Thanks for that. I was literally thinking, oh my days, if we have to cross this motorway. And we finally got here.
Ready?
As soon as I got here, I could smell the potency of the weed. But it's pretty crazy that this kind of thing is here. I've never seen anything like it. So other than you guys, who knows about this plot of land?
Only people that need to know, so my wife and actually my mum and dad know what I do.
Do they? What do they think?
I think they kind of understand that this is something that I need to do because, you know, the laws do need to change.
So do you usually pick on your plot?
We do, yeah.
Here we go. This is amazing. Why did you decide to start guerrilla growing and how did you first find out about it?
Well, we both really love cannabis. We've been smoking it all our lives and it's really, really expensive. The street value of cannabis is about £240 per ounce. This plant here, the seed for that costs about £6. The soil and nutrients, about another 20 quid. But that will produce about £2,000 worth of cannabis. So it started by finding an online community of growers, and the plants that they were growing were absolutely phenomenal. We learned that there are plants now that will finish in the UK climate, and we thought, yeah, let's give it a go ourselves.
Got the old Google Maps out, decided to look for a few places and just went from there.
What months of the year do you come out here to look after your plants?
That will start with us searching the online mapping services to look for locations that we think will be good from above. Then in January, we go out and look at them at ground level. They've gone the wrong way, eh? Then from February through to March, we're prepping the plots.
We've got netting, we've got chainsaw, we've spade. Yeah, that's when I start the seeding.
Crazy, isn't it? They're going to be bigger than that. In April, they plant them out at the plots. They then go from April all the way through to September, where they start flowering, and then we harvest from the end of September to October. We grow so that we don't have to go to dealers and basically fund the black market. The fact that cannabis is illegal means that they're basically giving that entire industry to criminals. We both love weed, we both really, really enjoy cannabis. You would have to go to a drug dealer and spend money on it.
Why would I want to go out and spend 20 quid on a bag this big that tastes like shit and can literally just throw it outdoors?
Whoa, are you not worried about getting caught?
Well, it's definitely a worry, yeah, because I've got a family at home, you know, I've got children and a job.
How high do you think the risk is compared to, I don't know, your average weed grower inside or dealer?
It's much more risky growing it indoors because you're in your own property. If you get caught with plants in your own property, you're looking at a lengthy sentence.
The risks involved in this are just so small.
Yeah, it would be very, very difficult to prove that we planted these plants here. You know, we're careful about what we leave here, we tidy up and leave no trace, basically. And the land is not our land. The only real time that there's a worry is once we've harvested the plants and we're taking the harvest back in the vehicle. You know, then it will be a possession charge.
How many years is that?
Well, stupidly, 5 years just for having some of this in your pocket. That is what they could punish you with.
How do you find the locations to grow?
So you need to find somewhere that's extremely secure, that gets good sun. So when we look up, you see there's a lovely skyline. All of these plants are getting about 8 hours sun per day.
How many plots do you have?
So this one that you're sitting in now is one of 5. We actually started with 6 plots this year, but one of them got found. It was right by the Eurostar train track, and it was found by security guards to walk up and down the line. They told British Transport Police, and then that plot was found. Some of the things that we face are rippers, people that come along and steal your entire harvest. So we put so much work into a plot throughout the whole year, and sometimes people can steal all of that work. And that's happened to us every year that we've grown. We've had at least one of our plots found and stolen.
You could put 200 plants out and only bring 10 home.